Hey everyone, thanks for joining us again. Today we're going to be painting this super cool picture of the full moon. Now I'm going to tell you what you're going to need for this activity right now. First, you'll need your canvas board, and that's in your art kit. It's got a hard back and it has a rough surface. That's your canvas. You're going to need a plate or a bowl to put your paint in, a couple of paper towels, 2 brushes would be good, but you can also use 1 brush if you can't find 2. That would be totally fine. And you can either use your black crayon that's in your art kit, or if you can't find that, you can use a pencil. And you're also going to need white, black, and blue from your art kit. A cup of water for rinsing, and something else that has a round side because we're going to be using it to trace a circle. So now if you'd like to pause the video and go gather up your equipment, feel free to do that now. Okay, so the first step, we need to make a nice circle right in the middle of our canvas. And I'm going to do that with the black crayon and my round object. And you're going to hold it firmly down so it doesn't slip. And you're going to draw a circle around the whole edge. And you just need to be able to see the circle. It doesn't have to be very dark. So our first color we need is black. So we're going to put some black on our plate or on our bowl, whatever you're using. We'll need a good amount, about the size of a toonie. We might need more than that, but we'll see. Now, with a clean brush, dip right in your black. And this part might be a little tricky, so take your time. Now we're going to go all the way around the edge of your circle. Not on the inside, on the outside. And don't worry if you go inside, we can fix it later. But it's much easier if you're careful. A little more black. All the way around. And this black is going to be our night sky color, because you usually see the moon at nighttime. Sometimes you can see it in the day, but we're painting a nice bright nighttime moon. Just like that. Now we have to fill up the rest of our sky. So with your same black color, bring your black all the way to the edge. Right to the edge of your canvas. Other side. Now once we finish this black, you're going to have to let it dry for a couple minutes. So you're going to be practicing some patience and watching your paint dry. Because if we start the next color before the black dries, then it will get all mixed up and it won't look quite right. So we have to let this black dry. It doesn't take very long though. That's a whole big part of being an artist, is watching the paint dry. Well, we almost have it filled in. Okay. So now I'm going to let that dry for 5 minutes, maybe 10. So if you need a little more time, pause your video, let your paint dry, and then press play when you're ready to do the next step. Okay, now that our black is pretty much dry, going to take our second clean brush, or if you don't have a second brush, you can just wash your first brush really good. For this next part, we need an equal part of blue and white. So we need some blue, just a little bit, and a little bit of white in equal amounts. And then we're going to mix these two together. Mix, 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 until we get a nice, bright, light blue. Something like that. Now, we don't want too much paint on our brush, so we're going to wipe most of it off. And this color, we're going to gently scrub it around the edge, just like that. And if you need more paint, go dip a little more. I needed some more paint there. Just make sure you don't have a solid. See, that's not what we want here. We want it to be streaky and a little bit see-through. Just like that. All the way around your moon. Well, your soon-to-be moon. It's not quite a moon yet. Okay. And now we're going to drag the edges out just like that. And it starts to look like the glow around a full moon. And sometimes it's better to have almost no paint on your brush, because then you get that nice ghosty see-through shade, just like that. Super cool. Now this next part is going to be really fun. You're gonna like this. Okay, so we need to rinse our brush off in our water. My water's getting a little dark here, but that's okay. So we're gonna need a little bit of water on our brush for this part, and we're going to need some plain white. So you get your palette or your plate or your bowl, and you put a little bit of plain white. And then you dip the edges, kind of like that. And now we're going to take our finger, smush it right into the brush, just like that, and you're going to flick it. Make sure to aim at your canvas. Don't be flicking it at your brother or your mom or your auntie. You want to flick it on your picture. And that is going to give us some stars. And you can put as many as you want. You can have them bright, glowing everywhere, or just a couple. Up to you. This is your artwork. So I think I like how that's looking. Now we should take a moment and wipe off our fingers. That's why it's always a good idea to have a couple paper towels or an old piece of cloth that doesn't matter if it gets all paint. Now with our same brush, we might have enough, but let's just dip in the white just in case. And now we're going to make the edge of our moon. And you're going to go right around the inside of your circle. Just like that. If you get a little black on there, don't worry, we can put some more white later. Now you just need the tiniest little bit of black, and we're going to mix it in that white, and it's going to give us a light gray color. And if your gray is too dark, just add some more white, something like that. And then we're going to go on the inside of that circle that we just made. Just like that. Now I want my edge to be brighter, so I'm going to take some more white, put it on my plate, rinse my brush off to get that gray off of there, because if you leave it on there, you're just going to keep getting the same gray color on your canvas. So nice clean brush. And right in the pure white, and right around the edge. brighten up where the gray got mixed in. You can bring it into the center a little. So now when you look at the moon, it has some dark, splotchy patches. So we're going to add those now. With your gray that you mixed, you're going to add a little more black. And a little more. And once you get a nice dark gray, you're going to take your brush and you're going to wipe almost all your paint off. Because if we put too much paint, it won't work. So now we're just going to dabby dab. Oh, I wiped too much of my paint off. And then you're going to make these little dabby, splotchy shadows. And if you want a couple of darker ones, grab some more black, mix in your gray, and just do it again until you're happy with it. Wipe, 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 and dot, dot, dot. Oh, that is looking super cool, you guys. I hope you are enjoying this because I know I am. And I think I'm happy with that, so I'm going to clean my brush off. And I'm going to go back in my white, just the corner of my brush, and I'm going to sign my painting with my initials. And you can do the same, or you can leave it unsigned. Some artists like to do that as well. And that's it.